Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to make, the anatomy of a professional contact page. Not just how to make one, but 5 clear steps, clear sections on turning a simple page that's usually an afterthought into a potential business asset. Today, we're going to be using the Nextr theme primarily because it allows us to more freely create our website in a blank slate kind of manner rather than relying too much on templates. And another cool thing about having Nextr is that you have, besides the extension which has a theme builder, you have a plethora of blocks and other features that you'd otherwise have to download as third-party plugins. One of those is going to be the form. So to get started, let's open up a brand new blank page and talk about 5 sections that you would definitely want to have and organize in a clear manner in order to get your clients to contact you. So, um, oops. Okay, just as an example, and let's start off with our first section, and that's going to be a clear headline. So let's go ahead and insert a container here just to keep things contained, and let's put a paragraph on here. We could just use a header and some text, but as you can see, the paragraph comes with a title. Now, it's up to you what you want to use, but conceptually, the clear headline just has to set boundaries and expectations for your clients so they know what to expect from this page. And that's just basic navigation. And if you have like a 3-page, 5-page professional website, you want everything to be clear and easily accessible. So for the headline, let's go ahead and say something like, get in. Okay, and we can change the heading over here, the tag. We can now give our set our expectations, such as okay, and that's going to be our first section, right? Managing expectations, and we can go ahead and change the typography here. I think this is good, clear cut, and just think about it from your perspective as a user from a website. You need to have a bit of empathy, some foresight with this. It's like once they click the contact page, okay, I'll get in touch with them and I can expect a reply within 24 hours. Okay, I'll use this page and I won't, everything I need is going to be on this area. So next, we're going to go ahead and let's add another container just to keep things contained again. Oh, and I forgot over here, we want to set up our flex properties to center. And then for here, we want to put on a form. Okay, this is the Nextr form. And something really cool is, well, I'll show you in a bit. We'll go ahead and click on simple contact form. There's some presets that you can download as templates, but this should be fine. And you can see by default, it comes with first name, last name, email, message, and then submit. And then we have a whole video on taking a look at all of Nextr's blocks one by one. So, and we have a series of videos as well looking at Nextr's forms. But before we continue with that, as you can see with the pro version of Nextr, it gives you all of these options to integrate with various mail newsletter type external applications providers. So once we click on form over here, right, you can see in our block inserter, we have an extra blocks container as we said it earlier. But if you clicked on this form, you can see that the extra blocks changes and we have our default ones over here. But then this one says, this one has all of the fields we can drag and drop into our form here. So the form section, we have to make sure we get the right data. Well, for us, it's going to be, key information, the right data for them to give to us, and it also filters out certain inquiries. So, first things first, we want to have our customer's name, right? We can do away with their last name. We can just change this to just name, and then their email, and then their message. But what we could do is we can put a radio button over here, right? Or a numeric input. We can have her phone number if you would prefer it that way. Let's see if we can put this in. Which are you interested in? Is that correct? Yep. So for here, we can go ahead and put in of, and right away we have our form here, which collects the current, the correct data and filters out who we're going to be talking to. So once we have these, right, once we get in our email, they selected one of these, we can direct them to the person that's in charge of a particular area, right? So over here, we might want to make this required, right? And then the message is going to be optional, and we can, it would be easier for us or whoever's in charge of customer service to assist with their needs. So it doesn't have to be this, for instance. You can have it be a drop down over here or checkbox, like, for example, what's your budget range? Besides what are you interested in? What are the products that you want to avail of? So we can redirect those to certain departments and the people responsible to those. Okay. Well, again, here you can see pick a time if there's a certain time slot that they want to book for, again, depending on your business. So with that done, let's go ahead and move on to our next section, which is going to be our alternative methods of contact. So let's go ahead and insert a box over here, and let's put this in here, and let's insert some advanced typography in here, put that into there, and then put on here. Other ways to reach us. And then we can center that up. And then over here, we can put a stylish list into here. Okay. And then here, all you have to do is put in your alternative methods of contact. So if they didn't want to use this form here, if they needed immediate contact with you, let's say it's an emergency or something, or they just didn't trust the form, we can go ahead and just give them our phone number. Okay. And we can give them our email address. We can give them our cell phone, such as, where is it? And there we go. And then if you wanted to, you can go ahead and change up the icons over here. Okay, there we go. And then over here, We can change this to, oops, phone. Then this one's going to be, oops, an email one. And then this one's going to be a phone again, but it's going to be a cell phone. There you go. And then we can go ahead and center this up. Okay, these are the alternative ways to reach us. And then next, it's going to be, well, our next section is going to be geolocation and trust. Well, this is what we're going to call it. And all this is going to be our, well, we have a Google Maps area here. And we can show them like a general area of where we are. Okay, and we can pin it wherever we want for our address. And we can set this up how we want. And we can go ahead and put in a paragraph on this side. And let's go ahead and change up our title. And once we center that up, it's going to show us, it's going to give us this, and then we can go ahead and go into the container over here and then set up our alignment and just keep things all good and organized. And the reason for this is when you're an official business, you want to show, and to get trust, is you want to show your customers that you are a real business. There is a physical location, even if they'll never visit you, even if all of your clients are from the other side of the planet. Besides having these telephone numbers and emails, it just makes you seem more legit, makes you seem more credible. Okay. And then the fifth section, last but not least, is going to be your social media section. So over here, it's going to be just a simple header, and it's going to be join our community. And then again, what makes WordPress blocks so beautiful is that you can search for social icons here, and by default, Gutenberg WordPress just has them. But we have a really cool set over here with a Nexter, and you can just like add a few of them. Right over here, is there Vine here? I don't think there is, unfortunately, but we have VK. And we can go ahead and change the styles here. And this is important because as an alternative to the alternative methods, you could put this up over here if you wanted to, but it allows them to connect with your community, and it gives them a lower friction way of connecting with us. So it really depends. It's up to your discretion to where is more convenient for you to put all of these 5 sections. Sometimes you might not even need the form. Sometimes you just prefer, you have somebody that's more comfortable working on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or whatever it is that you choose to use, or wherever you post more besides your website itself. It might make more sense, especially with the Business Insights suite on Meta and like platforms. So again, these are 5 areas that you definitely want on your contact page, though. So let's go ahead and click on Publish and take a look at our live site. And let's take a look over here. And here we are. We have our professional 5-section contact us page. Again, let's review them. First up, it's going to be a clear headline, right? We want to set our expectations and set our boundaries for what this page is going to be. We have our next one, which is going to be the form, which helps us collect the right data and filters out our potential clients or returning customers so that we can delegate it to the people that are in charge of certain tasks. Now, if you only have one product, one service, this shouldn't really matter, but you definitely want to get the correct information so you know how to help them much better. Our third section is going to be our alternative methods, and that's just going to be your email, your phone number, simply because some people just don't trust forms on a website. Similarly, rather than giving them alternative methods to contact you, you could replace this with an FAQ section or a link to the FAQ section. So if you don't want to ask a question, if you want to have your answers replied immediately, your questions replied immediately, excuse me, you could put that on here and direct them to FAQ page, and they might not even need to use the contact form. The next section, unfortunately it hasn't displayed, is a geolocation and a trust section, which simply gives a map and an address for your business just so that people know that you're legit. And last but not least is a social media community area, which gives a lower friction, lower barrier of entry for them to contact you, your clients that is, rather than have to go and call you, email you, because it seems a bit too trite, seems a bit too official, seems a bit more formal and stiff. At least if they use social media, they could just watch your videos, see your tutorials, your ads, or just message them up on your personal account and hit you up whenever they come back to their social media account, their DMs. So there's your 5-section contact us page. If you have any questions, please leave them in comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, bring you more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you want to know where to get the blocks that we used in this video to make forms real simple, real easy, check out the link in the description. It'll take you to the website of Nextr where you can get the Nextr blocks yourself. Now, if you check out the pricing, they have 3 different levels: starter, professional, and studio. We recommend getting the studio one because it's a one-time payment. It's lifetime. You get all the blocks, so you don't have to worry about not having the right blocks to get what you need done. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out one of our other videos, or go ahead and check out our channel and subscribe to see more content like this.